state to be called Ambazonia. Well, now, thousands arriving over the border in Nigeria are seeking refuge in the southern regions of Benue and Cross River State. And they're saying that they're fleeing from a violent military crackdown. Well, the BBC's Ishaq Khalid visited the area to find out more about what's going on.
Rene's family are just one of thousands who have been uprooted from their homes in southern Cameroon. Their village was totally destroyed, and the family was split up whilst escaping the violence of military operations in the region. After trekking for more than a week, Mr. Rene was finally reunited with his wife and children. Now living in southern Nigeria's Cross River State, he tells me it was the worst experience of his life.
We were living in our village peacefully. After a sudden, soldiers from the Republic just invaded our community, surprisingly, without us knowing. So, after some few minutes that we heard sounds of gunshot. So we were running left and right. Some of us spent about 8 days in the forest.
Many here have similar experiences. The Cameroonian government says that the military crackdown is necessary to protect the country's territorial integrity against English-speaking separatists who are demanding a breakaway state. But refugees here say they are traumatized by the violence they witnessed, and now they face uncertainty about their future.
We have our independence, I will go back. The war do not finish, I will not go back because I am afraid of soldiers. Because of that thing, those guns, those heavy guns, I have some pains in my heart now. If I hear gun do, my heart used to go inside like I want to die.
This is the border between Nigeria and Cameroon. Where I'm standing is Nigeria. Just across the river is Cameroon. The refugees used to cross over by boats, but I'm told now they can't because the Cameroonian security forces are patrolling the area just about a kilometer away from here. So they now rely on footpath through the bush to cross over to Nigeria.
Despite difficult terrain, more than 40,000 have crossed into Nigeria so far. With no official camps, they have integrated into local communities. They face chronic food shortages and a lack of health care and education. The Nigerian authorities say they are doing what they can.
Well, so far it's been a very hectic experience, and a sad one indeed for you to see an influx of people, especially when you have not budgeted for them. It becomes very difficult for you to see how you can, assemble them, and not talk about feeding them.
Aid agencies warn that refugee numbers here could swell to more than 1 million in the coming months unless normality returns to southern Cameroon. Ishaq Khalid, BBC News, on the Nigeria-Cameroon border.
Okay, let's get the latest on this, and I'm joined by Antonio Jose Kanyandula, a senior representative to Nigeria for the UNHCR. Thank you very much for joining us here on Focus on Africa. How worried are you then about the situation that's developing just over the border in Nigeria?
Well, thank you very much. It is really worrying in the sense that in the absence of a solution, we will continue receiving more and more refugees. And we're going into April, mid-April, the rain starts and it becomes very difficult to rescue and support refugees.
And there has been a call to the international community asking for help and assistance. Can organisations like the UNHCR give that assistance? Is that possible? What sort of reaction has there been to this call for help?
Yes, we think we can provide that assistance. There is a lot of attention that is being given to this situation, and there are other partners that are joining with us, such as the MSF, Save the Children. We are actually all gearing up to provide assistance as soon as possible. It has started since November.
Okay, now, Nigeria this week gave assurances to the Cameroonian government that it would be backing them, and we've seen the actions taking place already. There have been extraditions of some separatist leaders. How much more perilous do you think this makes? The situation becomes now for those refugees? And in fact, how legal are these extraditions by Nigeria?
Well, first of all, that's a very complex situation here, because when you have also a military conflict in Cameroon, you also need to make sure that those who are asking for asylum are genuine refugees and asylum seekers. What we have had so far, it worries us, and the deportation, we have already made that representation to the government, that if people have already been registered as asylum seekers, they should be given the opportunity of a hearing before any other action is taken. So it is a worrying situation.
Okay, Mr. Antonio Jose Kanyandula, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Okay, let's take a quick look at the other stories making the headlines across Africa now. And hundreds of people have been demonstrating outside Rwanda's embassy in Israel.